Hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to today live. Go ahead and connect, Dustin. So today we are going to learn about J marbles. Okay, let's wait for Dustin to connect. And I will also write in my website. Our website is www.𝓜𝒶𝒹𝓁𝒶𝓇𝓁𝒂 I will add it in. All right. So let me show you what we'll be dealing with today. It's very simple today. So I have Emerald Art Gel right here that I'm using. And then white ink that I'm using.
There we go.
And then stained glass gel. It's very simple. Only 3 of that will be responsible for the jade.
Requested.
Okay. Accept. This shanded that I'm gonna use with it. Now this gold line right here are 2 ingredients. I use Teflon Matte to block chrome. And then I use metal effect to adhere chrome. So that is this gold line right here. Now gold powder is already sold out on our website, and it'll be restocked in a month on gold chrome.
You know, is this what we like this or not?
The what? Yes. I mean, you can change however, but yeah. Okay. All right. So let's start with a full nail, because a full nail are very easy. One of the things that make it happen, for most long-term viewer, you already know about the Fishtail Brush. But for those that doesn't know about the Fishtail Brush, I'll show you today. Let's start with one nail first, something simple like this one. Okay, so first you need to establish your background. So I'm doing J, so I will use Emerald. Now you don't have to use art gel. You can use gel polish. I'm just I almost out of it. I'm just using it for its colors. If you have a gel polish with a similar color, then you can use it. So I'm doing green, so I choose a color like this. If you do amethyst, which is purple, then you choose a dark purple, like something like this. Something like this, a dark purple. If you do rose quartz, then you need something like this, but lightest, mixed with a little red. So it's more natural, it warmer. So I'm doing green. So this is my choosing background color, just a dark green. So I use art gel just because I really dig these colors. And art gel, you can use it for full cover on the nails.
Can I use gel polish?
Yes, you can use gel polish for this. This is just the colors. So I'm starting now with this tone right here, a little dark. A little hat in here. Okay, now I'm gonna clear this. So first you establish a dark background. That's number 1. Just remember, any color, just as long as it's dark. I'm using green. Now, next step is white ink right away. Okay. And if you have marble ink at home, you can try marble ink first. But if it doesn't work, then you need something stronger like this. This is like a uber strong ink.
So instead of me going back, let me just say hello to everyone all at once.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you.
What new color for the peach skin that I use? This is one of my favorites. This is Top Gel Cream Nude. So all of my top gel right here, meaning is no wipe. And Cream Nude are the shade. I have 3 shades. I have Tan Nude, Cream Nude and Pink Nude. This one is my favorite. And since I use a lot of nude later on, I want more shade of nude. Okay, so white ink. Now the colors is not mandatory. Remember, you can use any kind. But this a little bit important, the ingredient in it. So now we get serious. Okay, I am gonna follow a arrowhead pattern like this, but trying to move a little more flowy like that. Okay, wait for it to dry, and you can add in as much as you like. Don't go too crazy. You need this background to be dark, this part to be dark, and this to be dark. In class, a lot of student mistake is because this is so satisfying, they tend to go crazy, and by the time they're done, everything is covered. You don't want that. You want some darker background, so spare that. And then whatever going on in here, it can be as crazy as you want it to be. Just spare some empty spot right here because you need it. You need it to be able to see your marbles. Let's do one more time and be done with this. Okay, so that is easy. Anybody can do that. But here is come the Fishtail Brush. So this is the most important element in marble design right now. I'm gonna use my Fishtail Brush, and I'm gonna use alcohol because acetone gonna be too strong. Let me use acetone first just to show you the difference. So first, I'm gonna use acetone. Okay, so this is acetone right here. Okay, let me show you. So with acetone, when I touch it like this, I touch it like this, it's gone. It's evaporates. So I couldn't string it out. See that? It's hard to string out. So with acetone, it's removed ink so fast and it dries so fast. So you need something slower. So I'm gonna use alcohol. This is 91% alcohol that I be using. So with alcohol, as you know, it's slower. If you put a cup of alcohol out, it might last you a couple of hours before it's completely evaporate. So with alcohol, it's slow enough that I can string it out further. We go in here. Okay, string it out. String this one out. This one right here needs to be. And what I'm doing is I'm creating the vein for the marbles, by the way. Okay. Remember, don't put too much alcohol in it. Just a little bit. Because you don't want it to be drip everywhere.
What would using water do?
Water wouldn't do much because it's ink, it's already dry. Water just, it might bleed it a little bit, but not much. You need something that can bleed. And something that can bleed are either alcohol or acetone that can bleed really well. But acetone moves too fast, so alcohol is really the best. Water, you'll be splashing it, but it wouldn't even touch the ink that much because it couldn't bleed it. Okay, so when I'm done with this, as you know, it's air dry. I'm gonna top with my favorite stained glass gel. So if I choose green, then I am gonna choose a green stained glass gel. If my background is dark purple, then I choose a purple stained glass gel. So this is number 10, which is emerald. Now watch this.
Yeah, just built our expectations up.
Say hello to the beauty, and you can stop right here. I'm doing 2 layers because I want more dimension. But with 1 layer can be good to go. I mean, that's fast money. I mean, people come in, they ask for that, whip it out, and like the whole 10 finger took you about 20 minutes top. because that's base, ink, play with it, and then stained glass gel, top coat done. Secure this, but I'm doing 2 layers. Now, I'm gonna show you my pattern of how I'm using the fishtail brush. I need to explain for you how it's built. With that, I need a piece of paper. And I need 2 pens. Okay, so the fishtail brush look like this. And I have it specifically made for it to be semi-narrow. Because you don't want it to be too wide neither. It have to be perfect. Now, it's act like a 2-liner brush. That's what a fishtail brush does. But it's not a liner brush like this. It's not 2-liner brush like this. So it doesn't perform just straight line because it's have this right here like a fishtail. What happened is your line, sometimes it's smear. It's smear out on one side, which is even prettier. As you can see here, it's not like line everywhere. You see it's smearness going on too, and you need that for marble. So with the fishtail brush, it's like that. But as I say, it's not just 2 points. It's also going in, which means you can smear your line. It's not a solid line. It's like an ombre line. So I am gonna draw with my fishtail brush now.
Okay, so Tino, you just used ink right over a base color and then spread it with alcohol?
Exactly. Dry away. Easy as that. That's why I say this is big money. There is something you can switch to any color you want. You can make a whole nail. You can make a tip. You can make shape. And then you can dress it up with gold chrome. This is big money this year.
Easy too.
Easy money. This is easy money. But I need to explain for you how to use a fishtail brush. You see, when people use a fishtail brush, they tend to go down like this, or go across like this. Let me show you. They tend to go down like this. Okay, or go across like that. Okay, but that's not really flattering marble line. So instead of going down, what if you go sideways like this? See, it's me going down, and then I can move sideways. You see what I mean? Be creative. Don't just move down. Move across like this. Like this. Take your brush, right? You move across. Be whimsical with it. See that? Make your own marble line. Don't move like a robot. Be whimsical with it. So that is how I move with my fishtail brush. So I'm gonna move again because obviously I'm gonna do 2 layers. So at first you might be like, oh, how can it become marble like this? But now you should be familiar with it. I'm gonna do it again. And my pattern is arrow shape. I will do the same pattern, but I'm gonna be a little off like this. Like this one, I'm gonna be up here. I'm gonna follow this, but then I'm gonna go down here a little bit, like a little off.
And if somebody's want to know, is there a reason that you prefer this method over blooming gel?
Oh, blooming gel will be horrible. If you choose blooming gel, you will not have this. You will not have this line. If you choose blooming gel, it'll be all smoky, it'll be all blendy. It's a smoky technique for blooming gel. But if you choose blooming gel, you cannot perform this marble line. Back in the day, what we do is we use gel and liner brush. We draw all these lines, and then we have to use a blendy brush to blend this part because that's the beauty of the marble. The beauty of the marble is that it's layer on top of layer. So you see vein, and then you see shade. It's a combination of shade and vein. Now, if you blooming gel, you have no lines. You have all bloom, all shade, which is beautiful and nice, but not marbles.
And what is the white ink?
The white ink, this is a hybrid ink. It's made from pigment and dye. So pigment ensure you even color and dye will grab onto the surface. Because if this ink is not grab onto the surface, if you use like a marble ink, most likely when they put alcohol on it, it all disappear. Or it's all veiny. You don't want it to be all too veiny or all too smutty. You need both. Like, look at these veins. You need this vein, but you need this beautiful shade inside too. That's why if I put blooming gel on, I would not see these veins. So be very careful on the concept of marbles. All right, now let's start getting it out. This time you should be able to understand it very easy because I already explained how to use the brush. So I'm going to use the brush again. You don't want this. Look at that. That's so much. That's so much alcohol. If you take it and put it in here, you don't look at it drippy and all that. You'll be in trouble. So make sure that you have to be careful on the amount. You touch it just a little bit, just to reduce it. So it's not too crazy. Now we pick one spot. Let's say if this whole thing is too in, okay? It's unattractive. I need to bend it out like this. I need to destroy this part and drag it out. I twirled it around so it liquefied it. Too much alcohol will prevent you from being able to drag it out. So minimum amount of alcohol, and that is when you can drag out. There's still a lot of alcohol. Let's redo this. Let's put it right here, not a lot. There you go. So if you not put a lot of alcohol, then it's leave room for the ink to breathe. And it can stuck to your brush and you can drag it out. If too much alcohol, then you cannot drag it out because it's already dilute everything, if that makes sense. You need just a little bit of alcohol so you can work with the ink. It's so easy. Back in the day, I struggled with this big time, and many other people, there are only one or two masters that be able to do this, but now everybody can do this. Everybody can do marble, and you don't need skill. You never see me draw anything like this. Look, this right here. It's okay, but you can make it better by doing this. Break it in and drag it out. The beauty is unbelievable, and I don't even pay attention to what I'm doing because I'm not drawing. I'm not focusing. There's no fine line. It's all abstract. It's all fluid.
Thank you.
Just crazy. The whole thing is just so addicting. Okay. Now, when you find something too even like this, you can get rid of. I prefer not even like this. 1 line, 2 line, 3 line. That's way too parallel. And when it comes to marble, these are unattractive. If it's parallel, you need it to be like a real marble. So one of these have to go. I would say that this up top here. There. Now it's gone. Now that's just 2 line. Beautiful. This one's short, this one's long. So have fun with that. But that is just a simple nail. I just want colors. Let's go ahead and top it. And like I say, many times when we design for beginner have to be careful on your perception. Now, for us pro, we know the ending. I have done this. I have done this in all colors. I have done this. It's not my first time. I done it like 10 times already. I'm familiar with it. I'm familiar with the beauty at the end. And I know where it's getting. But for beginner, when you see a white like this contrast with a green background, you have to know that it is really ugly. At this point, for most beginner, this is when they throw it in the trash. You just have to remember that for beginner, you have to know that have faith in your layers. Okay? Know that it's gonna get there. It's gonna be fantastic. Gonna be beautiful. You just have to be disciplined. Okay? Make sure that layers well, because you know when that stained glass gel on, it's gonna rock it. Right. Hear this? That is something that I would suggest for beginner is to be familiar with the process, because process can mess people up big time. There's many students that I watch them from the distance. I watch them behind because I'm not going in front of them. Let's say, hey, here I am. No, I'm sneaking up on them and I watch them on behind. And many people give up too soon before it even started.
And then plus you need the confidence to get past your client who won't recognize it and may come with something negative.
Exactly. Your client is not the designer. So when you do it for your client, you need absolute confidence because they have none and they couldn't see where it's going. But you have to see where it's going.
Mm-hmm.
And beginner, that's something that they struggle with because you cannot judge your nail anytime in between. I mean, when you get used to it, you can. But when you first started, you just have to judge the result that you see, and then you have to know how to get there. Okay, now, another thing is stained glass gel. You can just wipe it off, just like this. For doing a whole nail like this, I'd rather put top coat on. I always put top coat on. But you doing like a line or something like that, something small, I just want you to know that you can always rub alcohol on and it be shiny. It's not no white, but you can rub it on and be shiny. Can you buy chrome on your website? Yes. On my website, I have a category for chrome, for just chrome powders. And there's many different kind of chrome in there. Loose powders, solids powders.
And just to let you know, they love your new light back there.
Thank you. Thank you. Moving on up. Okay, now, so that's simple. Anybody can do that. Now, you might have a question of, how the heck am I doing that? Good. I thought it's common sense, but I have some comments that say, how did you do the heart? So I will show you how to do the heart. So when it comes to something like this, as you can see, that's gold all around it. You don't want to do a background ink, stained glass gel. I'm trying to get my thought together. Stained glass gel, ink, stained glass gel again. Everything's done. And then you're going to put Teflon Matte on and go. You don't want to do that because you have survived too many layers. Okay? One matte layer, even though it's not going to do anything to the design, I always conscious of layers. And matte layer, I don't know about you, but it's not shine layers. I'm familiar with shine. It's 100% crystal clear. Now with matte, even if it looks clear when it's put on, when it's dry, it's a little dull. Because it's matte, right? I don't want that layer to be on top of this. This is beautiful, drop dead gorgeous. I want that layer to be underneath. So how am I doing this? Is the moment I put my dark green on, I put Teflon Matte on immediately. I draw immediately and I chrome immediately. So then I can go back with this layer and I can layer it as much as I want to because I don't have to put matte over it. And at the end, I do put like matte it over it, but that's just one layer. See, I'm conscious. If I'm not doing that, if I'm doing the marble first, then at the end, I have two matte on top. A Teflon matte and then a matted. That's two layers. I'm not saying that they're gonna draw down the marble, but it's might. I'm not gonna let that happen. I love my marble so much. So I have to be conscious about the order of the layers. So, one nails, okay. Okay. So now we're gonna do this, but we're gonna do a heart. So we need a backdrop. Okay, top gel cream nude. Okay. One coat on. Stroke it flat. Here. Okay. Let's do two layers. Just because we want to. Just because the nail is clear. Oh, I'm so proud of how the video's going. Everyone loved this. For March, I want the want to make amethyst. I want to make rose quartz, but they are all color that I consider should be close to the end of March. Where April hit, because when April hit, I'm gonna go all floral. I know, right? Floral for spring, groundbreaking ideas. But I'm gonna transform myself into complete floral in April. So I think all the rose quartz and amethyst should be at the end of March.
Faded in or?
Yeah. Okay, so another coat, cream nude. Yes. Now, I haven't seen what the J look like in matte, but you can definitely experiment. I just think that since it's marble, it should be shiny because every piece of marble that I bump into are shiny, showing depth. Hear this? It's a little bump right here. Here. Okay, so you know the drill. You need dark green, and just for those that doesn't have art gel, I'm gonna mix a color for you. I don't know why I don't know why you haven't have art gel if you don't yet. But I'm gonna mix a color for you. Ooh, my skirt get in the way.
Those are extra leg pants. Those are not skirt.
Okay, so if you happen to have emerald, then you need these two colors. One is a green, very popular green. Everybody have this shade of green. One is ultramarine. Some have it, some don't, because they don't understand the shade. So I'm gonna mix the popular green in first. This green. Everybody have this shade. There is no one in the nail planet that doesn't have this shade. But few and far people have this shade because people don't understand the shade. Because it seems dark, but you should know that it's dark because it's not 100% opacity. When you spread it out, it's majestic. And you mix it together, and it will reveal a beautiful, nice, dark, piney green. Add as much as you want to. Let's add a little more. Ultramarine is my all-time favorite. I have been attracted to this shade of blue since the beginning. I understand what it can do. It's a compact colors. Beautiful shade. Whenever I paint like this, I always take one of the colors from one of my bottles, whichever colors, like this one. And I'm retiring the bottle right here. With this, I will take a piece of paper and I wipe it. If you want, you can dilute with acetone, but if it's a weak color, you don't have to. Then you can go ahead and saturate your brush and you have a new color brush, okay? So just in case if you want to paint the whole nail, but you don't have you mixing the color, you don't have the original bottle, then you can just use one of the bottle. After you're done, you wipe it with acetone, and then you put it back in.
The light. Where'd you get the light? Gifted hands. Want to get one. The cool light. Your new one.
Oh, my cool light. I have no idea, but I have the website. I just don't know what the website.
DM us and then we'll hunt it down when we're not on live.
Yes, DM me. I'm addicted. It's so well. I just one night it was 3 a.m. I don't know what I was doing. I was thinking about light. Okay. Okay, now 7mm would be usually what I use to frame the heart. Frame the heart with art gel. And then I would use a color brush to fill it in. With this color, let's just say you don't have art gel. Again, I don't know why you don't have art gel, but let's say you don't have art gels. Then you take color brush and you can just whip out a heart with gel polish like this.
Two quick things. Someone's wanting you to suggest the top 5 products that you think everyone should have.
Okay. Number one are number one are gel colors. Now this I think is necessary, but it's not something that super special. These are very well made, but for gel polish, everybody have gel polish. I think that is the most important thing. Is everybody should have a nice brand of gel polish that they are happy with the consistency and the colors. So gel polish is number one. Next is gel paint. Gel pen come in many shape and form. This is my art gel, and this is my metal effect gel that I use for chrome. But gel pen are a thicker element that you need for detail. You need for control. So gel pen are number 2. Stained glass gel are number 3. Stained glass gel are semi-transparent gel that I use for shading. I love to shade. I have many different levels of stained glass gel. Number 1 to number 7 are nice and bright, and from number 8 to number 14 are deep and rich. And then after you have gel polish, gel pen, stained glass gel, then you're ready to fly.
Oh.
You can have, you need to establish a top coat because top coat are important. This is my shiny. It's also is a blooming gel and it's scratch proof. Okay. One special thing. This is my matte. It's responsible for velvet finish and is absorb pigment. Special number 2. This is my Teflon Matte. It's responsible to block chrome. It doesn't stick to any chrome powder and it's repel chrome powder. Special number 3. This is a chrome base coat. It is way softer than shined. It's not a hot gel. I use it to apply so I can put chrome on top of it. This is special number 4. This is sticky and it's responsible to adhere any foreign material like foil, like aurora glass, like dry flower. I couldn't think of any. Oh, money! I just make money out sticky, like money. So anything that you want to stick on your nail, you can use sticky. Special number 5. This is a diamond flash top coat and it's a reflective top coat. It doesn't have any specific color. So if you have a colorful background and you want it to be shiny, you can apply this. Special number 6. And this is a pepper top coat. I have it for a long time. I rarely use it. It's exactly like it sounds, peppers. The reason I have it because a lot of people doesn't know how to use pepper and they apply one coat and it's way too thick and they apply another coat and they don't have enough pepper. So that make it unpopular because they doesn't know how to use it. But Tino know how to use it to a sponge. So you put it on a nail and you sponge it and it reduces the top coat. So you can apply it again and again and again, and you can make all different kind of design besides 𝓴 design. Like you can gather all of these together like this, and you can make lace design. You know what I mean? Gather up all of this. So this is special number 7. Unpopular child.
Unpopular child?
Yes.
Wow.
So all the special, and then I have like moonlight and all that, all the glam and glitter. But all of these I just show you are clear. So that's what makes it special is it doing something that a regular top coat doesn't do. And that is why I'm up here, because if I'm not up here showing you all this, you wouldn't know what this does because it's all clear.
What it does is it makes your life easier.
It makes your life easy. Where was I? Where was I?
Hey, you were making beautiful stuff.
I was at... Okay. I was at making a heart. So let's make a heart.
You're welcome, Sins. You're more than welcome. Alexa, Continue. I think that's the artist's hint of where you were at was green hearts.
Okay, so after you establish your heart, here this. Is it lopsided? Similar. Okay.
Yes, we ship to the Philippines.
Here. Now, after I do that, I'm not continuing with the marble. I'm going on to the chrome right away because I want the chrome to be on first so I can do the marble.
Incidentally, I love that shirt.
Thank you. I'm ready for shade design today.
I feel like just about any color looks good on you.
Thank you.
Hi, Tammy.
Okay. Look at this. Now, we're ready to do all this gold line right here. I want one of these framing around it. And since I'm just showing you, I'm just gonna do some more gold lines, just whatever around it. So before you put on metal effect gel, which can stick onto chrome, you don't want the chrome to stick onto your background at all, or the colors. So you need to isolate this background with Teflon Matte. I use this Teflon Matte right here because it's non-sticky to chrome powders. Teflon Matte is the biggest seller this year, not this month, this year. And it's laying on top of pigment base. Pigment base comes second. Okay, Teflon Matte. Now, cure this. 60-second cure.
Tino, how would I paint a diamond to make it look like an actual diamond crystal? Would you be able to do something like that for us, please?
Yes, I can get close, but not all the way. The diamond effect or something I'm still chasing for many years. My method of diamond are tape and ombre sponge. So because the diamond, just like marble, it have cut and it have fade. But unlike the marble, it's not abstract. It's geometric. So I put on a tape and then I take on a sponge and I sponge it. And what happened is this side will be fade, this side will be sharp, and I redo it over and over and over again until it's all prism-like. I did it once. It's not quite look like diamond yet. It's an effect that I'm still chasing.
It was close.
It was close.
close.
It was close. But yeah, diamond effect is something that I'm
every so
frequently
often,
think about.
Yes.
I'm frequently think about it. I'm already set on the water effect. That was last year. Remember how I struggled to the water effect? So maybe this year we will crack the diamond code.
All I know is that is your process.
This is my process. Okay. Now, we are out of gold chrome completely. Gold chrome are very popular. I wonder why. Because I always use gold chrome.
That's right.
So, if you desperately need for a metallic element that are similar, now you can temporarily get bronze chrome. It's two shade. Okay. And then I will restock gold chrome later on. Okay, now I am using metal effect gel because it cannot hear us chrome together. I know you like to dip it in the bottle. It seems faster. I always have a habit of putting it out. It's a necessary habit. Sometimes I still forget, but it's keep it more organized. Okay, so let's paint. I'm using 10 millimeters.
So we could get on together tonight for a laugh and try to figure it out together.
Oh, for a diamond,
Yeah.
I have to develop a concept first before I dive into anything. So it's not something that done simply with paint and brush. You require something special. But trust me, I have attempted with paint and brush before. Yes, I can spend about an hour to draw a diamond, but it's not like I cannot do a diamond.
Well,
I can.
they don't know the intensity of what you're
No,
looking
no, no,
for.
no. It's not the reason why. Yes, I can spend an hour painting a diamond with paintbrush and paint, but I want to do what I can teach. And I cannot teach people how to paint a diamond, just like I cannot teach people how to paint like somebody else's face. It just takes too much time and people want to make quick money. Something like that for artists. Some painting like that are for artists that make feature nail set on Instagram. But for those that need to make money, I need to come out with something quick. Like the marble. I don't have to use ink and Fishtail Brush. I can spend all my precious time to paint all these lines and shade it and everything. But I need to show people, if I want to show people, I need to give them a shortcut. Something that they don't require talent to do. Something that they can just use tour and the product that I provide and they can just do it without thinking about it, or if it require painting, it minimalize. Let's maybe
That's exactly right. It does all the hard work and then it gets it fine tuned and easy. Oh, thank you, Mama Nikki. Says your knowledge is truly priceless. Thank you so much for sharing.
it's my pleasure. Because now and then I still do something crazy, like a crazy intricate nail set, but my objective is just to create as much as easy thing as possible. Because for beginners, that is something that they need education from something simple, because when they are ready, when they get good and ready for all the complicated design, they can just do it themselves. They can just develop it themselves. When you get to a certain level, you don't need to be teach. You can just do it yourself. So I'm trying not to keep too distracted from the original mission.
Yeah.
Is to develop new beginners, to guide them and to show them a way.
Allow the fresh people to get in without getting too invested.
Hear this. And trust me, that other people mission too. It's other people mission to make simple stuff too, but it's difficult to make simple stuff. When I say simple, I'm not meaning basic. Simple means something that look nearly impossible to accomplish really fast, but the technique is simple enough that if you dissect the technique, you can accomplish it. That's what I mean by simple, not basic. Basic is like if I draw like a leaf or like a flower, that's basic. It doesn't need to be deep. But something like this, it give people such the gas for the gap in surprise because they didn't know how easy it is until they see it. That it's just my forever mission to keep doing stuff like that. Things that make sense when people see other steps. Okay, now I already have my metal effect gel in, and I already have cured that for 60 seconds. So I'm rubbing on my bronze chrome. Since my gold chrome is sold out. Bronze chrome, take it in.
Can a certified nail tech work at a nail salon?
Yes, absolutely.
I thought that's why you got it. I'm a newbie and learning how to do nails, and you make it so teachable that gives me confidence. Thank you.
Yes, my pleasure.
Tino, is it possible to use the black metal effect gel? Will it give the same result?
Yes, yes, it gives the same result. Now, for 6 months now, I use white a lot. I use white a lot because I know beginner out there are watching, and if beginner use metal effect, I rather for them to use white. Now, for us pro, we can use black or white. It doesn't matter. But for black, if people are familiar with painting, they know that black have strongest pigments. Black is always the most difficult to cure solidly. So when people use black metal effects, for us, we know how to draw. So our stroke gonna be naturally thin. But for a beginner, they stroke are very thick. So when you black, if it's thick, then they might end up with problem for it to cure other way. That's why I use white. Just so when beginner are watching, then they will buy the white one. But for us, black or white doesn't matter. We can accomplish all of that. Gold, apply it on. And the reason why I have both black and white is for special effect. Because on white it's slightly lighter, and then on black it is slightly darker. I recently like to use silicone tool like this after I apply, just to rub it out. I just feel like this shinier. So it's my new habit.
How many minutes should we cure it, the gel one?
60 seconds.
So all Tino's products are 60-second curable.
60%. Yeah. And you can see the Teflon Matte is allow the background to be extra clean. So the chrome only stick onto the design. Now, when I'm done, I can continue. So you have two choices. You can either go in with ink, stained glass, ink, stained glass. If you're afraid that you're gonna mess up these precious chrome, then you can matte first. Up to you. Whatever is it, up to you. I mean, matte with matte.
Can you pin everything you used today for purchase?
Oh, no. Every time that I do in live, I always listed my product underneath my caption.
After you...
Yeah. If you're new to the live, I will show you where I pin my product. Okay, so on Tinovo Shop. And remember that all my live is in Tinovo Shop. It's not in Votino. For every one of the live, down here, anytime that you see exclamation mark, these are all the products that are required for this design right here that I'm showing. Okay, so you can either matte it first to protect all the chrome, and then you can continue with the hard, or you can do it now and then matte it later.
Sometimes when I cure 60 seconds, it still gets sticky. Can you let me know what's the reason?
If you cure for 60 seconds and it's still sticky, there is something wrong with the lamp. Like the lamp is not able to cure it. So you have to increase your time just to see.
And it could be her product too.
I'm assuming that you use metal effect gel.
No, she's
new. Oh yeah, if you are the product, then it's either the lamp or the product. It should depend. If you keep curing and curing and curing forever and it's still sticky, that is just the making of the gel. Because like let's say my gel here and my gel here, let's say these two. See, it's non-sticky. It have to be because I make it for chrome. And when it comes to the level of non-sticky, it depends. Because there's some gel that it have inhibition, but it have dry inhibition. And the dry inhibition can most often be mistake for no wipe. So you have to be able to distinguish which one is no wipe, which one have dry inhibition layers. And this color also have inhibition layer. So it just depends on your gel. Some gel are sticky, some gel are non-sticky, some gel are little sticky, and some gel are super wet. And they are all, none of them are wrong. They are all right. It just made for different purpose, for special purpose. That's why my product, I label it accordingly to what it does. So it makes sense to people. And then later on, I want to start doing this. But I love this. People can just read it and they know right away. It's click right away. So I want to start doing this a lot more. Like the matte, I need to put on absorb pigment, velvet finish, stick to pigment. I need to put that on so people know. Okay, now I already matte everything. So now you can put on some white ink. Just so you know, I'm gonna shine it first. After I can do it now, so you can see the process. I have to be well aware of beginner watching because for us, you already know what I am gonna do last by shining this chrome. But for most beginners, they don't know, so they might be like, "Oh, this chrome I kind of dull, don't you think?" You know what I mean? So I have to watch it and do it accordingly. So now you see that it's matte. The reason I matte it because you couldn't destroy it. Then when I shine it up, I gonna use a coloring brush. Before I use my 7mm, but now I already have my coloring brush. That's what I'm gonna use it for. It's thicker and it can absorb top coat very easy. And let's have some shine the top coat. Okay. Before you paint it top coat or gel on top of my matte surface, you should take either alcohol or acetone and just wipe it. Just wipe off the surface so your top coat can grip better. Okay. Now with a coloring brush, I am dip it into my top coat. It is a name of the brush I'm using, and it can soak in top coat very good. See that? There. So now I'm tracing it, but I already put matte on, so when I'm tracing it, I don't have to try to cover it all the way. I can just swoop one swoop over it and I'm done.
One swoop and done.
Yeah. I don't have to like zoom in and try to like cover all my chrome because I don't want it to chip. No, I can just swoop one swoop in because I know everything is already sealed, sun and sealed already. Everything is protected. Right now, I'm just shining my chrome, so I don't have to be too meticulous on it. Just one swoop and you're done. You don't have to zoom in and try to cover everything. Just reshine it like this. Minimum amount of gel on your brush and you just touch it lightly and run over it. It's all nice and shiny. Okay, it's time to continue our marble. Do exactly this step just to get the heart. So now you know I take care of all my precious chrome first before I do my ink.
Precious chrome.
All my precious little
Precious.
chrome.
Alexa, play lo-fi hip-hop from Pandora.
And the reason why I use a lint roller for my shadow applicator, because I have 10 different shades of solid chrome. I have 8 mermaid chrome, 5 unicorn chrome, moonlight chrome, rainbow chrome. I have flake, chameleon flake. I have all that. So I'm not going to use one shadow applicator for one color. That's not happening. So then I will end up with a box full of shadow applicator that I have to keep track of. No way. Like if I want to do red chrome, I have to find a shadow applicator that I use red on. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use one shadow applicator and I'm just use the lint roller just to remove all my chrome. And then I just use the same thing for a different color. And when this is totally like dilapidated, then I can just get rid of it and use a different one. That is what you do when you have like a lot of chrome.
They don't know how every second counts whenever you're doing something. You get it down to an exact motion.
Oh, if you have a lot of
5 or 6 seconds digging through a box looking for chrome would drive you crazy.
Oh yeah, and it's not just because of the timing. If you're a Chrome user, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, I mean, let's just say you have only 8 Chrome color and 8 shadow applicator. Where are you putting your shadow applicator? In the box next to the Chrome, neatly, right here? No, it's not happening. I'm moving my shit everywhere. That's not happening. When I walk in, I have a bunch of Chrome like this. Do you think that I'm gonna return it to this original spot? No, I'm just gonna throw it into the Chrome aisle like that. I am not pairing my shadow application next to my Chrome. This is only happen if I have only one Chrome. If I have more than one Chrome, that's not happening. Okay, now I am taking white ink. I just want you to be aware of your brush. When you take the ink out, if it like this, you should know that the moment you touch it, it's gonna spread like wildfire. So I want you to be conscious of how much ink on your brush. When I take it out, I always touch it like this, just to get extra liquid back into the bottle, because I don't want a lot of liquid on my brush. And you don't have to do it like this, because this way to exaggerate. It's not gonna let you with anything. You just take it out and you just touch it a little bit like that. That's good to go. Now, when you touching the surface, you have to be careful, especially when you're dealing with something this small. Because on top of a nail like this, I don't care where it's run. The whole thing is marble. But when you're doing a heart like this, be careful. You don't want it to be out of line, because then you have to clean it. You don't want to do that. Okay, touch it. Actually, wait. I want to let you know that as long as your brush are making contact with the surface, you're good. But when you let it go, that's when it go crazy. So make sure that when you think you're in trouble, you just keeping it in the surface like that, and you'll be fine. Cause the moment it's in the surface, the liquid is still, the brush are still holding onto the liquid. But if you let it go, it's gonna start spreading. So be conscious of that if you're new to ink work. Okay. Wait a little bit. Let's see how it's turned out. Okay, good. Okay. Put it back. Now, our fishtail brush and some alcohol. 91% alcohol. And for beginner, don't let this ugliness distract you from this beautiful result right here. Okay, now, the fishtail brush. Okay, remember? I'm going to show you again.
So there's a question in Vietnamese, I think.
Hold on. Oh, and beware, my surface is matte, so the ink is holding on more to matte than if it was shiny. When it's shiny, it's holding on less. Let's go ahead and push some stained glass on it, and we will continue with other colors with another layers.
Acetone?
No, alcohol. Hear this. Now, remember that when it comes to a fishtail brush, remember that you don't want to just draw it down. Remember that when it comes to a fishtail brush, you want to go sideways. Okay, down, sideways, down, sideways. Okay, you can even move all sideways. So the fishtail brush, remember, don't just move down, but move sideways. Sideways. Okay. See, I'm not doing this. I'm doing this. Smudge it and then drag it down. And on matte, it's a little more difficult to drag it because it's adhere very well on matte. But I'm putting stained glass gel on, so this will be ink on a shine surface. See how it's act differently. Ink act differently depending on what surface it's on. Okay, wait for it to dry. Okay, now alcohol. Let's zoom in.
Can they use jelly if they don't have stained glass?
Jelly? If it's strong enough. If the jelly is strong enough. Because the original stained glass sample that I test is actually jelly gel. I just tweak it up so I couldn't keep the same name jelly, because then people will mistake that it's the same thing. I tweak the pigment level up and the clarity up, so I have to switch name for it.
Honey Your Nails wants to know if you wipe the surface.
If you wipe the surface, that would do too. You don't have to wipe it, but you can wipe it and just be aware the effect shouldn't be too much different. But remember that it act differently depending on what surface. And when it's on matte, it's way different. It's more absorbent than when it's on white. I mean, when it's on shine. And then when it's on shine, it's way different than when it's on sticky. When it's on like pigment base and all that sticky inhibition layer, it's act differently. So be conscious of that. If you put it on matte and it doesn't work, just try to remember that it's not on matte. It's on shine. And yeah, I totally think that you can just wipe it up. I do that before. I did ink on white surface before. I don't notice the dramatic difference at all. So it's just so easy. I mean, I do it while I talk. I barely paint. Back in the day, I'm telling you, this is a journey that you don't want to go to. Because back in the day, I had to draw these lines. Do you actually think that I can draw it as beautiful as the ink already make it? I mean, these lines right here are almost impossible. All these fine lines right here. My brush and gel couldn't do that. If I draw it like that, it all blend in together. And then my stroke cannot be this thin. Some of the line here are super thin, like hairline. And then the level that is blend out, look on this side, it's sharp on this side, but then it's blend on this side. So I have to take a brush and try to blend it out. That is not happening again. I move on. It already got better for me. I'm not coming back to the liner brush and the gel. There's no way. Life is easier now. Okay, same flat gel again. You can use a coloring brush if you want to. You don't have to use the polished bottle brush. I'm using my coloring brush. Now, normally, I would do this first before I matte and shine everything, just because this section are separate from everything else. So when I finish it, I would like to put one coat of matte so I can just coat all of it. But I put matte already and shine already just for beginner. So just know that you have multiple options.
Couple questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll read them both back to back. That way you can choose which one is. So, first one. Is there a way to lessen the smell of monomer, or is unscented monomer good to use because my parents hate the smell and it just makes me not want to pursue being a nail tech when they hate it?
Okay. For monomer, that's one that smell bad, and that's one that doesn't smell at all. In my experience, the one that doesn't smell at all are not very good. That's what I use in school. It takes forever for it to dry, and it almost doesn't feel like it's monomers. It takes so slow and it's drippy. It's definitely not what I recommend it, and it's definitely not what I would use. And I would use the one that are smelly. And for that, you just have to have either a well ventilation system on your salon, or some acrylic company are selling this like drop that you can drop on your monomer, and it smell like peaches or orange or whatever it smell, and it's not camouflaged. It just add into the smell, so now it smell like chemical and peaches at the same time. But that's will make me a little leery about the consistency of my product too. So with that, that's something that you either they either have to compromise with the smell, or you just have to change the direction. You don't have to do acrylic to be a nail tech unless you in the service industry. When you have clients come to you, then yeah, you have to know how to do acrylic. You can settle to be a build on artist, which means use builder gel from start to finish. It's easier to file, and it's friendlier. A little tricky to learn how to use. So that's hot gel, that's builder gels. Or you can be a press-on artist. A press-on artist is an artist that only design. They don't have to service other people. They can sell their art to other people. You can be that too. So, or you can be a gel X artist. A gel X artist is not an artist that build a nail. An artist that take pre-nail like this and they use a gel system, a base bond system, to press that clear nail onto a person nail, and then they start the design on. So next time they can just soak up everything. So oh, let's do now also use polygel. Polygel is also a great option for anybody that doesn't like the smell like acrylic. It's almost like acrylic when you work with it. It just doesn't dry as long as you doesn't put onto the light. You know what? Polygel. Go for polygel. Polygel is great. I would say that it can replace acrylic, but it still feels like acrylic. Yes, polygel all the way. Okay. So now I am.
And then another quick one, real quick: how to clean brushes. And disclaimer: if these are how you clean Tino brushes, we can't guarantee other brushes because they may melt.
Right. So now I'm already done, and remember that I say when you do a whole nail, you can always top coat the whole nail. But when you do a nail like this, if you don't want to top coat your stained glass, know that your stained glass can just be wiped off and you're done. Wipe it up with acetone or alcohol. I say wipe it up with alcohol. It's friendlier than acetone. And you're done. You don't have to top coat it. Now for cleaning brushes, this is my way of cleaning brushes. And I will only instruct you about my way of cleaning brushes first with my brush. And then I will instruct you on the way you cleaning if you have different brand of brushes. So for a brush like this, when I use it and paint it, let's say I want to move on to another colors. Let me put several color out. Okay, so let's say if I want to move on to another color right here, I move on to blue, then I just wipe it like that. See, it's nothing on it. See that? Then I use blue. Okay, paint it on. Now let's say I want to move on to white or this. Know that blue are strong. Okay, let me see, wipe it. You still see nothing, but remember, it's just wipe it. There's still a tiny bit of gel on there, and if it's strong enough, it might contaminate your white, and it might make it like a little periwinkle. So if you over here and move into here, you can just wipe it like this, and you can just move into here because this color is weaker than this color. But for strong colors, I wipe it, and then this acetone, I would dip into my acetone like that, and it's fast enough that it cleans all of it. It's immediately liquefy everything that are in it, and now I can go back to my white. That is how I switch back and forth between brushes. And let's say that you use a different brand of brush, then instead of acetone, you can use 90% alcohol, unless your brush brand or acetone resist, which means they have a coating on it that resists from being like breaking and brittles. But other than that, I use acetone for my brush. Now, let's say I'm done. So I'm using all this and I'm done for the day. I'm finished with the nail. Say goodbye to my client. What I do is I wipe it and then I leave it. Because this small amount of gel on it, it's gonna help me shape my brush nice and fine. Because if I finish and I cleaned it thoroughly, it's gonna be dry. And it's gonna stay on the shelf all night. It's dry. 24 hours, like your hair. When you walk out the shower, if you don't condition your hair, in the morning, if you have puffy hair, it's gonna be dry, just like the brush. It's gonna be dry and your brush gonna end quicker. So what I do, I don't clean it thoroughly. I wipe it like that, and I allow in the small amount of gel to keep the shape of my brush. So it's nice and it conditions the brush. So the brush is flexible. It's never become brittle. Even if you are really, really hard on your brush, like many times I bend my brush, I twist my brush. I'm very hard on my brush, but because of this method, I'm just wiping it like this. It have ensured that my brush are good for a very, very long time. Now, let's say I'm done. My brush are conditioned. Put it like this. Now I'm going to sleep. The next day when I wake up, I meet a new client. So when I met them, I was going to start drawing for them. So I taken my brush out. Now know that the night before, I did not clean it thoroughly. So now, before I start painting, I take my acetone out and I clean it. So now it have nothing on it for just a few seconds. And then I start drawing. So my brush always have gel on it. The amount of time that it go without gel is only a few seconds. Now, for some people that doesn't like to leave color gel on their brush, then they can just wipe it out and clean thoroughly, and then use a clear top coat. It can be a shine, it can be a matte. Clear is better. And you can just submerge your brush into the clear. So you don't have to leave your brush with color gel. You can leave your brush with clear gel like this, and then wipe it. Okay, me, I don't do that, but you can do that. And for people that like to clean the brush, there is people that use the brush and then wipe it and then use top coat to clean it. I don't do that. And I don't need to do that because my brush, acetone cannot really destroy my brush. It's acetone resistant. So I don't do this. But for people, especially people that are old school, they use old brand brush and like 3 or 4 years before this, quite expensive brush are only in acrylic. But in art brush, that's a lot of Chinese brush. So it's not really quality. So people use to clean with top coat because if you clean with anything harsher, it's gonna destroy your brush right away. But now in day and age, it's 2024, we don't need to follow this hideous concept of cleaning. I mean, it wouldn't be clean for me fast enough. You know what I mean? It can take me like 30 seconds, which is a very long time for me to clean my brush. I only want to clean it for about 3 seconds. That's it. But nowadays, any brush that are above $10 is good. It's good. I'm not guarantee that. I don't know what people use. But for my brush, you're good. You don't have to worry about anything like that. So that is how you clean your brush. This is our lesson for today. How to make jade and then how to custom jade. All right, you guys. This Friday, I have a LASIK appointment. I have to go to the place and get my eye dilated. That means I'm gonna be blind for about a day. So if Friday and Saturday I'm not online, it's because I'm blind.
Oh my goodness! Don't say that.
But yeah, I'm finally go get it redone. It has been bothering me for a long time. This eye is blurry. It's blurry right now. I have to depend on my left eye. It's horrible. Go to a different place this time. I'm not coming back to the same place. All right, everyone. This concludes our lesson. Let me see. I'm asking the art ink. If you want to know about my art ink, this ink right here. If you ever use,
no, actually, back up. She's got some other kind of ink, and she's trying to make it work.
so
Ultimately, and she's new to this, but ultimately, what you need to know is Tino has struggled with all these other things to get to the point to get quality. So we're not. So experiment away. That way, you can learn to struggle.
Yes.
But we can't sit here and try to help you along with inferior products because that's exactly why he's got to this point.
Yeah, I have used marble ink forever. I started out about 5 years, 6 years ago on ink, and I use marble ink. I use colorful marble ink. That's why I moved to this ink because I have specialized it. I have make it into a hybrid because normal marble ink, I just cannot make this beauty work. It's so limited. White ink out of the question. It's so light. It don't even matter anymore. And then color ink, if I use an appropriate background, yes, work for me. But if I use on a dark background, it doesn't work for me. So marble ink is irritate me very much. That's why I moved to this ink, because this ink, let's say I have a black background, no problem. This ink can go straight on the black background and be stunning on the black background. If you ever work with calligraphy, like ink or paint before, you should know that it's very similar. But you see, calligraphy ink is for writing, it's for painting, so it's permanent. You cannot remove it. Versus this ink is a hybrid, so you can remove with acetone or alcohol, but the dye in them makes sure that it's scraped onto the surface. Unlike marble ink you put on there, it just, you like move it around, and at the end you don't see anything at all. So that's pointless for me. That's why when you notice that my ink, I only have 3. I only have black, white, brown. Black, white, brown. And I'm telling you, and later on I will have color ink, but I really want the color ink to be a hybrid too. I don't know if that's possible or not, but I really hate marble ink. It never worked for me. Like, if I don't have this and I have marble ink right now, God save my soul, because I would not be able to accomplish this. I would throw stuff around the floor and cause a tantrum right away. This beauty right here, the reason why I don't struggle through this, the reason why I talk so freely, is because I have the right stuff. But if you are sitting me here with marble ink, I'm not gonna say a word. I'm gonna have sweat rolling down my forehead trying to make this thing work. And trust me, with marble ink, I definitely not will be as excited as I am about this. I would not call it easy money. It will be hard money for me. But with this, easy money, as long as you have the right stuff.
Yes,
Yes.
he has added pigment to the ink for different effects.
Yes, this is a hybrid ink, which means it's made with pigment and dye, and the dye are in there to make sure that it's scraped onto the surface. The pigment in there just for color, for vivid color, but the dye will ensure that it's different than every other ink. Okay, so that's done. Let me see what other question. Yes, thank you.
Nothing except for how much you would charge for this.
Mm.
And
Let me tell you about this. Go ahead.
That it's not, that he doesn't do nails, just in case you're asking for. Go ahead.
Let me tell you about this. So let me tell you about the amount of time that it takes me for this. Okay, because if I do a full set like this, let's say I spend about an hour on acrylic. If I do a full set like this, I swear it takes me 20 minutes for the whole nail. I mean, if it all one color like this, for 10 finger, easy. Green, 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 green. Marble ink everywhere. Play with it. Stained glass gel on. Repeat the process. Done. Now, if I were to do this, it's going to take me about an hour and a half for all this. And then it will take me about 15 or 20 minutes for crystal application. So for this whole set, I will take 200. I would just take 200 because it's easy. But that is your bottom numbers. You can actually, if that nobody around you doing this beauty right here, you can actually be quite confident with them and be like, you know what, 250, 300. You can also go up. But for this design, you don't have to go too much up because it's easy. Except for the crystal. The crystal you have to spend money for. But for the rest, that's big money to be made. And when I say big money, it's because it's fast. It's fast, it's simple. It's something that about 99% of people out there can do. The 1% is the one that doesn't have white ink. Okay, so that's that. Do you do toenail as well? So I no longer do toenail, but back in the day, when I'm still a nail tech, I do toenail.
I want to buy your products, but it's difficult for me in the website since I'm from India.
We ship worldwide,
Yeah,
and we ship to India.
and it shouldn't be difficult.
Yes.
There are people that you can contact that will help you through the website.
We have about I would say, I don't know the exact number, but a small amount from India, about like 50 people order from me from India. So yes, our product goes straight to India. We have many nail tech from India that order our product because our pigment come from India.
But I promise that the website is easier to manage than inferior products.
Yes.
So
yes. I mean, I will spend couple hours on the website just to learn how to navigate to it, rather than I spend like days on a product. Trust me, I have been to a product that not work for me, and I just can't make it work. Like when I go to show or when I visit another shop, and they be like, Tina, will you teach me this? And I come out with whatever they got. I am struggling to it. And I have been doing now for like 15 years. And if I have product doesn't work for me, I am struggling. Okay, let me see. Any other question?
Do you happen to have the WhatsApp available?
Yes.
From Cassie, who's been missing all the lives, she says.
Yes. This is my WhatsApp. If you haven't joined, then you need to join this, so you can get alert whenever I on live stream. I alert on WhatsApp. Free to join, and not for socializing. You wouldn't. When I'm not online, you wouldn't hear anything from this group at all. Nobody talking in this group. Just whenever I'm on live, then you hear ping from a text from me. And whenever I got sale, like I did not post presidential day sale on WhatsApp. I forgot.
Oh, that's all right.
It's okay, but this is where I post in sale coupon too.
When I have a better sale, when we get a better president.
Oh,
that's what we'll do.
So I don't know how many people know it, but we have presidential sale for a day. I posted on my story. I posted on my post, but I did not post on WhatsApp. I apologize. I'm supposed to post on WhatsApp. But yeah, this one. Do you sell nail glue for press on? I don't. I have a glue for crystal, which is crystal magic glue, and you can use it for press on. But it's a very strong glue. I have to warn you, it's very, very strong. Okay, I'm showing you Crystal Magic. It's in the essential category. In essential category, you can see the Crystal Magic glue right here. Now, you can use it for press on if you want to, but when I use press on, I want to use a crappy glue, like a kiss glue, because I don't want it to be permanent. I want to be able to like remove it. You know what I mean? And I want to remove it to what is safe. So just so you know, if you choose to use it glue, it's strong. It's like very strong. And if you're not familiar too much with press on, I will show you my process.
Ooh.
So what I can find on the website is press on adhesive tab. Okay. So this is something that I bought, and you can use it like one of this, and then you can click on this. Click on this right here. That's how I usually do it. Or you can even drop a drop of glue. Okay. You can take a drop of glue, put it in here, and then adheres it. Okay. So what you do is you glue this onto your natural finger. You already prep, you already push your cuticle, alcohol, everything you press in already. So you glue that onto your fingers. Okay, because your fingernail, you can just soak it up anytime. But for something precious like this, it's precious. You know, you probably spend $200 or $300. to buy a luxury press-on set. It's precious, so you want to use it forever. You don't want to destroy it. So you already glue this on your finger. You can use more glue, but basically just glue that to your fingers. And then this, you can just press it on. And you can go to a day, you know, let me see, you can pick up stuff, you know what I mean? And when you're ready for the day, okay, you can take it out, store it. There's nothing wrong with this at all. So you can store it, and then that you can soak it out. So that's what you can do to make sure that you have that forever, and to make sure that if you want to pop it up at the end of the day, and then tomorrow you put it on a new set, you can. I mean, if I am a press-on girl, I will have like hundreds of this. I will have hundreds of sets. Of course, it's gonna take a fortune just to buy a set, so I buy it slowly. But I'm gonna have so many press-on sets because I want to change my look every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Match my purse.
Yes. If you choose to glue it on, you can. You can. I'm gonna use this. Okay, more permanent, a little bit more permanent. I will do the exact same thing. I will glue this press on
with
tab
sticky tab
right onto my nail. I glue it onto my nail, but I spare the cuticle just a little bit, like this. And then for this, I drop one drop of glue onto my cuticle. Just use crappy glue. Don't use crazy glue. Just one drop, tiny bit. So I can glue this, and what happened is the glue, it will make sure that it's hold on to it just a little bit on the cuticle. The rest of the nail bed, the tab will take care of it, but just the cuticle, a little bit will hang on to it, so it will be a little more stable. You know, you probably can wear it a week with that. More glue than longer wear, but you don't ever want to cake your press on with glue entirely. Just want to do a little bit. So when you take it off, this is still wet, by the way, but the glue that are dry here, you can fire it. You can fire up that glue just a little bit, and you'll be good to go. But for press on wear, it's not a thing to destroy your press on. That's something you buy from Walmart. Something you spend like $10 to buy, you know, $20, then yes. But for hundreds of dollars, you need to know how to keep this forever. It's like a dress. You keep it like a dress. It's even more valuable than a dress because it's handmade. It's couture. First, the dress, I mean, machine made it. But for something like this, it's couture. Couture means it's made by hand. It's craftsmanship by hand. So that's that. All right. So I am gonna get off now, and I will see you later. Thank you for joining me, and I will post this live right away. I will post it in a minute, and then I will see you soon. Thank you for joining me today. Bye bye, you guys.